know what's really cool? 3D printing. You know what's even cooler? 3D printing dragons. And you know what's cooler than that? 3D printing dragons that you can pose after you 3D print them. So if you love dragons, you love 3D printing, if you back Talondryl's Journal of Everyday Dragons, our latest Kickstarter, or if you want to build one of these for yourself, you can head over to zykid.com. We've got the files there to build one of these dragons yourself. You can get them up, or you can just build one. Today we're going to build the Ground Frost Dragon, which is the largest dragon of the crew so far. And you can follow along and build this guy. We'll show you some tips and tricks and how to put the dragon together. So yeah, let's get into it. Some things that you're going to probably want to have before you start building are just your normal little clippers that come with your machine. And then also you're going to want to print one of these little pushers. This is included with your download. This tool grabs the little clips and helps you push it in. So I'll show you how that works in a little bit. One other thing that I highly recommend, since plastic parts rubbing against each other tend to fatigue over time, one tip I found on the internet that seems very useful is to take a little bit of cotton, and you can just peel off a little bit of cotton here and stuff that in the joint. Now that's going to do two things for you. It's going to add a little bit of extra tightness, and it's also going to make the joint movement silent. So if you have some cotton balls that you can pull apart and stuff in the joints as we go along, or if you have some of this was actually just that fake snow cotton that you put out, you know, at Christmas time for your Christmas village, you can use some of that. Just pull little bits apart, and I'll show you how we stuff that in the joints. Now you don't have to do this step, but I found during my testing that this gives you really nice tight joints that are quiet and make the posability so nice on these dragons. So it's a highly recommended step if you have some of this cotton. If you don't worry about it. Go ahead and put the dragon together with just the clips. You can always add it later if your joints start to fatigue. All right, let's get into it. I'm going to get these off the build plate and we will start putting this dragon together. So here I've got all the pieces cleaned up. I took off the brims that we had on them and I've got them organized here. We're going to start by building the main body. That's the best way, I think, on all the dragons, is to start with the main body, build each limb individually, build the wings individually, and then attach them to the main body. So we'll get some close-ups here showing how that all works. So I've begun stuffing the cotton in all of these joints. Now again, this is an optional step, but I really like the outcome when you use the cotton. So if you want to have nice smooth movement on your joints, then go ahead and do this step. I'm going to go ahead and finish putting it in there, and then we'll start putting this dragon together. So this clip right here, this is the secret sauce for the whole dragon, and it's a sprung ball and socket joint. They come with a variety of different tightnesses, so be sure to print the test kit and try out your tightness with your exact printer before you start building a whole dragon. Okay, now that the cotton is all stuffed in the dragon here and covering my shirt, it is time to start putting the dragon together. The special tool, you just slide it in, rotate it up. Probably easier to put it in the protruding side that goes into the other and then push it in. So nice and tight, nice and tight. As tight of joint as you can stand to put together is what I recommend. And snap, and there it is. Can press it into place. You can also position the joint, so if you get it off a little bit, you can kind of rotate it and get it so it sits the way you want it. Click together. Here is the body all put together. So the next step that we need to do is assemble the legs and the wings. It's the same process, just clip the joints in place and press them together, and then we will start clipping those on next. Okay, we've got all of the body parts clipped together and all the limbs clipped together. So now we can attach them to the body with the same method, just push in the clips and push it together. You can just trim off any extra cotton bits hanging out with some scissors, real easy. So there you have it. Our ground frost dragon is complete, and you can see that they are just so fun to have on display in your game room or your office. You could even use these for tabletop games, these giant beasts showing up to battle your party. So, and if they're too big for you, you can scale them down to 50% and they'll still work. You use the same joints, they go together the exact same way. A little bit of cotton goes a long way to make the joints nice and smooth and nice and tight. So if you want to pick up these files for yourself, head over to xikit.com. We've got loads of 3D printable models that you can print at home. If you like this kind of content, want to follow along more and see what other kind of things you can build with us, then please do subscribe, like the videos. I'd like to make a lot more videos like this. I appreciate you watching and picking up the files. Those help support the channel and help support more designs getting made. So thanks so much, and we'll catch you next time.